Oh, I'm so delighted to bring our next guest to all of you. Welcome back to CityLine. I'm Phaedra Redifer, filling in for Amanda Westbrook. We are joined today by somebody who is one of my favorite musicians. It is Stephanie Ann Johnson. Stephanie Ann, welcome back to our comfortable couch and just welcome in general. I know we are up for a treat in these next 15 minutes, so welcome.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Great. So Stephanie, what have you been up to since the last time that we've seen you? I know you are incredibly busy, so what all do you have going on? I know that you're a singer, a songwriter, an advocate, an educator. I'm not sure how many more hats that you can wear, but what have you got going on? Tell us a little bit more.
Well, over this past semester, I was working with the School of the Arts Tacoma. Their choral department was studying African American choral traditions. So I tried to bring them some of my favorite clinicians, musicians, gospel artists, musical theater artists, to give the kids kind of broad ideas of what African American music is. Because it was really important to me to show the diversity within the diversity. So our concert for that was Tuesday, the 11th. So just finishing up with that. This Friday, going to be at the Royal Room doing all Billie Holiday tribute called Painting the Town Red.
Oh, fabulous.
I love Billie Holiday. The last time I was really in touch with her was in late 2016, early 2017. I was in Louisville at the Actors Theater understudying for Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill. So it's really, really wonderful to be revisiting Billie and visiting with her and kind of touching her through the music, this kind of thing.
You are so busy. And I know, based on just your pure talent, and you are in demand, not just here in Tacoma, but throughout the country, which is just phenomenal and just really a testament to how talented you are. But you were born and raised here in Tacoma. Mm-hmm. You live in the Northwest, obviously. Your roots are here. Mm-hmm. What keeps you here? What grounds you here in Tacoma and not just catch that huge wave of fame and say, see you later, Tacoma? What's rooting you here?
You know, simply, my mom lives here. I love my family. I love to be close to them. And also, I don't really have the desire to, go somewhere else and struggle and suffer for my art. I don't necessarily believe in that. I think there's plenty of good that I can do here, which is why I enjoy teaching and working with students.
And that's what seems to come out in everything that you say, and particularly working with the School of the Arts students, Tacoma Public Schools, and all the programs. Super enriching, really helping students understand and see the possibilities of their future. And so tell us a little bit about your responsibility to the community, given that you're looked to as a mentor and a leader and really kind of a role model for so many.
Well, it's points of contact, right? So for me, I need contact with people whose job I want so that I can still see where I'm going. And I feel like I have that in some of the friends that I have that work in the Seattle musical theater scene, and some friends that I have that are singer-songwriters in the Seattle area that have connections with Nashville. But also, I need contact with people who may want my job, right? Because this keeps me grateful for exactly where I am while still being focused on where I'm going. So I really enjoy that model.
And so in addition to performing, what other type of work do you do? Because I'm certain, if I know you well enough, you have a crammed schedule, you're always kind of moving and shaking. So what's the other part of your life look like?
I rehearse quite a bit. I do enjoy rehearsing. A lot of my rehearsing is done in my car because I'm usually in transit from home to this gig, to this other gig. So a fair amount is spent in traffic, in transit, in travel. But I also, as you were mentioning, I teach. Over the fall, it had been 2 days a week, splitting my time between Studio East in Kirkland and School of the Arts here in Tacoma. Both of those programs have ended for the holiday season. So yeah, if I'm not working, I'm networking. If I'm not networking, I'm rehearsing. If I'm not doing either one of those things, I'm eating or sleeping.
And how do you balance the demands of both? Because I'm assuming it's really 24/7. It doesn't shut off at any point in time. So how do you balance that? And then secondarily, which do you like better, performing or teaching?
My guitar teacher right now is a woman named Kathy Moore, and she's really incredible in the Seattle music scene. And working with her, I really find that the times where I can sit alone by myself and play guitar, I find it very meditative, and really centering, and it makes me feel like myself in a way. So I definitely use my practice time to connect with myself and feel meditative in that way. And then as opposed to the balance of teaching or performing, I feel like, again, one feeds the other. I need to teach enough to feel grateful enough to perform, and perform enough that I have something to teach. So they really do feed one another.
What a healthy way to approach it too. And do you manage your schedule yourself, or do you have somebody who books for you? How does that work?
If it's not on my calendar, assume I don't know about it. I pretty much live and die by my calendar. In the city, I do have contact with Naira McDonald. She has the Productivity Parlor, which is on St. Helens, downtown, across the street from the Pantages. She helps me. We meet a couple times a month to go over schedule, make sure that I have answered all the emails that come through, make sure I have contact with clients, make sure I have look over contracts that I may need to sign for this or that type of obligation.
Do you ever have any downtime? And what does that look like if you do?
In January, there will be some downtime because I don't have as many gigs as I might choose to have. But really, in my downtime, I sleep a lot, and I'm really into like having like a full bathing ritual. Like, let's get in a bath, let's wash the hair, like all of that time to cleanse myself, but like still be in contact with my body is really important to me.
I think it's important with all the demands that you have, or anybody really who's out there, is to stay centered and connected with kind of your soul, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you can't take care of what your inner needs are screaming for, then you really can't do much outbound, right?
It's true. And can't pour from an empty cup.
Absolutely. It's so important. And so when you're able to hopefully take that time in January and it's a little bit of downtime for you, what's coming up next for next year in 2019? Hard to believe that it's almost here, but what do you have going on?
I'm so excited. My band, the High Dogs, we're going to be going to Litho Studios in Seattle, which is like one of the most incredible live recording rooms in the Pacific Northwest. And we're gonna be recording our first in-studio record. We have a live record from Friendsgiving, but this will be our first in-studio record that we do as a group. And I couldn't be more excited about it. As you can see, I'm a little...
I have to say, Stephanie, you make us so proud. I remember we booked you for the very first Tacoma Food Truck Fest at Wright Park. You blew the whole event away. I mean, everybody just loves to come out and support you. And the fact that you really are rooted here in Tacoma and you give back to our community, I think just speaks volumes in terms of the person who you are and why we appreciate and really love to come out and see you so much. And I'm super excited about what you have coming up next. And I'm sure we all have one particular question that we had to ask you is, what's your favorite genre that you like to perform? Is there one genre over another that resonates most with you? And does that speak to your heart? What is that?
Well, also this year, I've started working with Erin Gwenup. She is a vocalist and a voice teacher, and also the head of the Tacoma Refugee Chorus here in town. So I work on my classical voice and I work on my musical theater voice when I work with her. And having that technique really does anchor my voice so that I can sing Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, and then try and sleep on Monday or Tuesday.
And get your bath in somewhere.
Somewhere.
That is a very demanding schedule, and I'm certain on your vocal cords too.
Right.
And just the mental toll that it takes. But, you know, just talking with you and just feeling the energy that you're exuding, I just feel like you've got it completely dialed in, and it's working for you. It looks great on you. And I know I just get tickled pink. And when I saw that you were joining us today, I thought, oh, we are so lucky to end the segment today and really kind of round out the hour and recognize that we have some pretty amazing, talented people in Tacoma who make Tacoma truly what it is. And I am just grateful that you had time today to share all the things that you have going on, and certainly your love of doing what you do.
Thank you.
So commendable. And so do you have anything special lined up for Christmas yourself?
Ooh, Christmas Eve, I'm going to be with the Center for Spiritual Living in Seattle to do their Christmas Eve service. We're going to be doing, one of the songs we're going to be doing, it's the Joy to the World, but the Whitney Houston version from The Preacher's Wife. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Wonderful.
So yeah, that'll be Christmas Eve. And then New Year's Eve, we'll be hosting there at Capitol Cider in Seattle.
Fabulous. Well, I know that we're in for a special treat. So you all, so Stephanie's going to actually round out the last of this. She's going to be performing at Doyle's on Saturday, December 22nd, beginning at 9 p.m. So if you all want to come out and see her, and she'll be joined by a special guest, Jordani Surreal. And then also you'll be able to catch Stephanie performing with Symphony Tacoma at Mason United Methodist Church on Friday, February 1st at 7:30 p.m. and they're located right here in Tacoma at 2710 North Madison. And always you can follow Stephanie on Facebook. So take it away, Stephanie. We've been waiting.
There's a story, love. There's a harmony. There's a holler between you and me, and a bright light coming out of me. When I picture you standing next to me, and I say to you, 'cause it's true. There's a story, love. There's a story, love. There's a candle and a match to strike. There's a fire. There's a wrong and right, and a memory of you and me, and a picture of how it used to be. And I say to you, 'cause it's true. There's a story, love. There's a story, love.